Hey, welcome to 209coach.com. I want to do a video for you today on Jayda. Kearney plays for Georgia softball. If you pull up her stats, I think you'd be very impressed with just how amazing she is, how much power she has. I think this year she led her team with home runs, and last year also she was a home run leader, leading the team in slugging percentage. And I want to show you what she does in her swing, and what I always talk about in my channel is try to have more of a roller coaster swing. And the reason why, this produces a lot of doubles, triples, and home runs. And if you just watch, I'm just going to kind of show you just kind of slowly here what she's doing here with her swing. You notice at her swing, her bat, it works more like a roller coaster, okay? It's kind of like in an upward manner, almost like if you were to draw a roller coaster, you could see that the trajectory of her bat is definitely working from a down, and then it starts to work upward, it stays upward, and this right here produces doubles, triples, and home runs, okay? And I want to explain to you how to do this for those of you out there who are new to my channel. I've been doing this for over 20 years now, and I have been able to, very fortunately, be able to allow many players just from working with me to get scholarships, to be able to play at higher levels. And the reason why I believe this is so is because what I teach, it really does help a player to hit more doubles, triples, and home runs. It helps a player to hit with a lot more power. I have received a lot of emails over the years, phone calls, texts from parents, literally thanking me for my channel because of what it's been able to produce in their children and their students. And I just want to explain to you right here what Jayda's doing just to help you. And if you follow this, I guarantee you, you will definitely increase your power. You will definitely increase the ability to hit your bat in a trajectory or in an angle that will produce kind of this roller coaster swing instead of a merry-go-round swing. So here, let's get started just from here. This video starts at the apex of the gather. And you can see even right now, if we look at her elbow right here, okay, her elbow's kind of down right now. Some players start with their elbows way down here, and even some players start with their elbow here. Okay, that doesn't matter. And the thing that I want you to understand is that when most players start, again, this is at the apex of the gather, they start with their hands right here between the neck and the deltoid. By the time they get to the apex of the gather, their hands shift right here. And if you record yourself, and I highly recommend for you to always record yourself, your hands should be directly right over your back foot like this. Okay, this is not direct opposite side batter's box view, but right now her hands are pretty much right over the front of her back foot. And then as you get further, you're going to see that the hands will shift from there, and it'll move over to right over the shoelaces as you get into your toe touch. And the reason why, because of the pullback, okay? So let's get started again here. So again, she's at the apex of the gather. She's very relaxed. Again, pay attention to her back elbow. Watch what starts to happen as she starts to get into her forward move. You can see that her back elbow goes from being down to going up. Now, the reason this happens, and this is one thing I always try to tell my audience, while you're watching this video, just grab a bat, okay? And I'm telling you, what I'm sharing with you will produce these kind of angles. If you grab a bat and watch her lower body too, notice how her lower body's starting to coil, like her back pocket is going towards the pitcher. This is something that I recommend to start occurring immediately. As soon as you lift your front foot, you should feel as though your back pocket is starting to really coil towards the pitcher, facing the pitcher, like your tailbone is facing the pitcher. This creates a beautiful load of the back leg, the back hip, and this right here produces a lot of power. Simultaneously, as you lift your front leg, your front foot, okay, your front leg, okay, what I want you to feel as you're coiling the lower body, I want you to get your top hand and just pull it back. It's not anything abrupt, okay? It's not abrupt. It's a technique. From 1 to 10, I say about a 3, where you're just pulling back with the top hand. And as you're getting to your forward move, as you're coiling your hips, I want you to pull back. And you will see, if you look in the mirror while you're doing this, let your back elbow work up, back, and behind you, just like you see here with Jayda. Again, one of the top home run hitters in NCAA softball. If you watch my videos, all the players that I tell you, pretty much every single one of them do this. So why would you not want to emulate? Why would you not want to copy the players that are producing the most home runs in baseball and softball? So again, you can see here it's very, very obvious. She's coiling the back hip, the back leg. Again, her back elbow works up, back, and behind her. one thing you want to pay attention to, look at the bat. Again, this is not direct off the survivor's back view, but you can see that the bat goes from being almost vertical and it starts to shift kind of more towards the field. Again, her hands start to face kind of this way towards the pitcher when she starts, and you can see now that it's very obvious that her hands are now facing more in a downward position. Okay, I call this spilling the cup. You want to maintain this angle as long as possible, well into the hip thrust, well into the hip rotation. Again, watch what's going on. As you see this, she's going to maintain the pullback, maintain the pullback. Now, if you do have a bat in your hand, okay, and you can try this yourself, just like I said, as you're doing this with very, very smooth tempo, just kind of do it very slowly, and the more you pull back, you will see that your back elbow will stay behind your hands. Now watch here with Jayda. Notice how much her back elbow stays behind her hands. Okay, this is incredible. This is right here. If you pull back, if you maintain it, your back elbow will stay back and behind you for a long period of time. Therefore, with that kind of a technique, that kind of an action with your top hand, pulling back, maintaining pulling back as you have that hip thrust, as you're rotating your hips, will produce a beautiful hand path. Again, if you grab a bat in your hand, just try this very slowly. You will see that your back elbow will stay behind you. Okay, this is what you want right here. This angle right here, what you see right here, is what you see with the best players in the world that have the most power. Their back elbow stays up, back, and behind them like this, well into the hip thrust. What you see in weaker players is you see their elbows creeping underneath, and that when that occurs, the hands tend to kind of drag, or they can't cut across the body in a manner like this, which produces weak hits, produces a lot of fly balls and ground balls that are not very powerful. Okay, so again, if you try this, I promise you that you will see, if you're looking in the mirror, that your back elbow will stay behind you like this. And as you continue to work on this, what happens if you work on this and it becomes more of a second nature, your hands will work around the corner of the deltoid just like this. Watch how her hands are very compact, very tight around the corner of her deltoid. Again, this produces tremendous bat speed, quickness to the ball. This is what you want if you want to play at the higher levels. Now again, watch what happens from here as she continues to swing. As I always bring up in my videos, watch how the lead elbow works up to the height of the mouth. This is what you see with the best players in the world. Again, you're going to see that the lead elbow works up to the height of the mouth, and you're going to see a very, very vertical bat. Now right here, it's very obvious. Her bat at this stage of the swing is very, very vertical. And I mean by very vertical is most players have more of a horizontal bat, okay? And I bring this up in my videos all the time because it's very common. At this stage of the swing, many players have their hands way down here, okay? And when you do that, what occurs with a player, when the hands drop and the elbow drops, it produces more of a of a merry-go-round swing. This is kind of a slap swing. You do not want to have a slap swing, okay? You want to have, like I mentioned earlier, more of a roller coaster swing. So as you're swinging, you want to try to really maintain firm wrist to and through the ball for as long as possible. Now this looks like a kind of an inside pitch right here, but even this late into the swing, you can see here it's very obvious that her bat is still below the hands, okay? The barrel is still below the hands, and I really encourage players to really, when you're working on tee work, try to just maintain that barrel below the hands as long as possible. Now naturally, your right hand will eventually roll over your left, and if you have a top hand release, it won't happen. Like right here, you can see here her right hand really never rolls over, and you can see here she pretty much keeps the right hand in front or trailing behind the left hand. I love this, okay? This creates a very consistent ball strike, okay? You're not rolling over. You're allowing the barrel to stay below the hands for a long time. I appreciate if you give me a like if you're enjoying this video and subscribe to my channel. Now, in a nutshell, what I would highly recommend for you to do, again, as you start your swing, just apply super smooth tempo, okay? And you really want to make sure that you're getting that tailbone to be working towards the pitcher. You want to maintain that pullback, and you want to do a lot of mirror work, okay? Let that back elbow, when you stop and look in the mirror, okay, when you're doing this drill, look in the mirror and make sure you have that shoulder to elbow look like this, just like you see right here, okay? You can see here again that her shoulder to the top of her back elbow, they're all lined up. This produces tremendous power, tremendous torque, tremendous resistance. That along with maintaining the pullback, this produces that elbow to stay behind you as long as possible, therefore giving you a very tight, compact swing. Again, you coaches, you parents out there working with your children, have them do this drill. I promise you that and it does not happen overnight, okay? It is a process. To get rid of the old swing and start implementing a new swing, it's a process and it does take time. But I guarantee you, if you keep working on it on a daily basis, it will get only better and better. That along with allowing the lead elbow to work up to the height of the mouth. And I always say this is a cause and effect. If you keep more of a vertical bat like this, okay, your lead elbow will work up to the height of the mouth. The flatter your bat is, the more your lead elbow will drop, therefore creating more of a merry-go-round swing. This produces a beautiful kind of a roller coaster swing. Again, this creates a beautiful launch angle for doubles, triples, and home runs. I hope you like this video, and please send me your comments, and please subscribe to my channel. Have a great day, everyone.